Oh no, God, please no. Alright, we're good. It's okay. It's alright. Everybody stay calm. It's okay. I just forgot to set it off of repeat that one track. It's alright. We don't need to listen to the theme song 2 times in a row. It's a dope fire theme song. It's amazing.
Fire.
But we don't need it 2 times back to back like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, July 28th, 2017, and welcome to another Technical Alpha podcast. This is Side A. Now I need to remember to put that in the title of the shit, and we'll be even better. We are a 2-man show today, as our intrepid hashtag third guy got hashtag fucked at work this evening. Did you read the message I sent you, Mr. Black?
Yeah, I just saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so we can't tell you why exactly, but what we can tell you is, on a scale of 1 to somebody got fucked, somebody got fucked. It's real bad. So he apologizes. I think he's probably even going to be in chat as he hacker mans the world, but it's just the two of us this evening. And if you're really lucky, maybe we'll sing the song later on, but probably not. We've got some reasonable things to talk about today. Let me switch over here and make sure that this camera setup is appropriate. I mean, that's almost there. Let's try this. I mean, that's better, but now it's, okay, hold on. Why are both of these... Hold on. One sec. Do that. Do that. Yeah! I figured it out. Alright, we're fine. This is fine. This is fine.
I'm actually just seeing these for the first time, so I'm just reading them now.
Seeing what? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna get the one that you're not gonna talk about in any length, but I just want to talk about it really quick, like in under 2 minutes. And that is the Ryzen 3 series got basically the pricing and everything, and people were putting out benchmarks in the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And this is important because, as we all know, even though the Canadian dollar has actually rallied considerably,
yeah, it's gone up. Yeah, it's gone up.
Like to the point where I actually cringed a little bit when I cashed my check today, because I was like, oh God, I'm losing out on money.
Yeah, that's why I told you before, like the cash out.
Oh no, I did that ages ago, but
okay.
Since then, like I got for example my Twitch check in the mail or whatever, and I can only sit on that.
Oh, I'm just sitting. I sit on it all until the dollar is strong, and then that's when I convert.
I'm probably gonna set up a US account at some point,
you need to.
and then just let it sit there, and then do whatever. But that's beside the point. The point is the Canadian dollar still sucks some serious balls. It's getting better, but it's still not all that great. And building a computer right now is incredibly expensive for a number of reasons, other than the fact that the Canadian dollar sucks. like the fact that this cryptocurrency bullshit, everyone's buying graphics cards. You cannot, you have to kill people to physically own a graphics card right now. At least one. It's not even guaranteed that you can get away with murdering one person. You might need to murder 3. So getting everything as cheap as possible in Canada, if you even have a hope of building a reasonable computer, is very important. Ryzen 3 comes out. It was the one that a lot of people were interested in because it goes toe-to-toe with the low-end Intel stuff. We're talking sub-$150 CPUs right now. Like, we are talking floor in terms of cost for your CPU. These CPUs still will play games at 1080p and even 1440p without much issues because they are true 4-core. Intel's offerings are only dual-core with hyper-threading further added for their technically 4 cores. This is a full flat 4 cores, and so all the benchmarks are showing very good numbers. They overclock without any real issue, and in the States, you can pick these bad boys up. There's 2 models of them for $110 or $130, and in Canada, just slap like $30 or so, $40, something on top of that. Incredible value. In fact, if you're building anything shy of a monster, these are really good CPUs to pick up for a computer right now, and definitely something that will get you a lot of overhead because games are still not using that much CPU. They're just not. You can go out and buy a 7700K or some monster CPU that they keep releasing, but you don't really need that shit unless you're trying to do something like video editing. So $110 is fucking crazy, and then you get a motherboard for AMDs that are like $90. So you're 2 parts deep, and you haven't even reached the price of a 7700K, on its own merit. So definitely good stuff. I highly recommend it. If you're interested, on my personal Twitter and on my Facebook, I posted a build that I did before tonight's stream. For the Canadians out there, it is under 1,200 Canadian dollars, including Windows. The caveat is you need to actually find a graphics card. I can't help you there. I've put one in there on the list, but here's the thing. Again, the cryptocurrency, you have 2 options. You either buy a $1,000 graphics card because nobody's buying those for the purpose of mining these coins, or you pay usually somewhere between $100 and $150 extra dollars US to hop into the what used to be affordable graphics cards further down the chain. So I can't help you with any further than that. But yes, very good Ryzen 3. Look at that, just as you know it. It's under the table and done. The tech stuff is out of the way. It's over. Mr. Black, I'll give you this opportunity real quick because I jumped in ahead of this because I wanted to get it out of the way as soon as possible. How have you been enjoying your fancy car? I see you've been putting up some videos. You've been taking it around. How has it been for you?
My car is gone. My car is gone.
No, I mean the one that they gave you.
Oh,
the interim. It's like the interim belt. It's the somebody fucked up. Now you got the interim. So how's the interim vehicle doing for you?
It's good, man. It's fun. It doesn't speak to my personality. But I'm not going to complain. It's significantly more expensive than my car. It's a $200,000 Mercedes. It's actually about 165, but there's like 35,000 in add-ons for the specs. Yeah, so like, it's got some carbon fiber packages. It's got $12,000 carbon ceramic brakes, which squeak, by the way. That's why I hate carbon ceramic brakes, is because if you're not tracking the car, it squeaks. It's the worst. Like I go up, I'm at Tim Hortons drive-through in a $200,000 Benz, and it looks like
sounding like sex, a $10 car,
and it fucking squeaks. And people are like looking at it and they go, "What the fuck is that? Is that noise coming from that car?" And like, I know what it is, but most people, they have no idea why it's making that type of noise. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun making a lot of car content now. Yeah, I'm just enjoying it. Went out and bought a fancy drone. I got one of those Mavic Pros. They're fucking amazing.
I saw that.
Dude, they're amazing.
I saw that.
They're you want to talk tech? Let's talk Mavic Pro for a second, because the shit is fire.
Mavic Pro. All
dude,
right.
the
So
shit
did
is
you
fire,
get it from
dude.
Did you get it from the local shop here that like specializes in the drones?
I got it at Henry's.
Oh, Henry's. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So like there's different levels. Like I was gonna get the Phantom 4. So there's like a Phantom 4, there's a Phantom 4 Plus, a Phantom 4 Pro or Advanced or something like that. And they had a deal going on for the Mavic Pro where I think it was I paid $1,800, but it gave me a big kit. So it gave me like 2 extra batteries, extra little fucking like wings or whatever you call those things, like I don't know, whatever they call them, shades or something.
Called blades or blades. Like blades, like
I think they might be
individual.
Yeah, they're
blades?
like blades. I think they call them shades or something. Maybe somebody in chat will know. But anyway, it came with like 2 packs of those. Came with all the cords and shit that you need extra. Everything. So it was $1,800. The thing, it took me like 2 hours to figure out how to connect the Mavic to my phone, because it's all done through your smartphone. So you have a remote control, but your phone clips into the controller for the Mavic Pro, and then you pull up an app and it does everything that you need. You can see the screen and everything. But dude, I never got into the drone shit. When people were like, "Oh yeah, bro, look at my drone, man," it was like I just thought like, dude, that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, dude, why do you need to fly around a little fucking drone, dude? When I lift that shit off, the power that this thing has, it's incredible. I don't even know, like, you can just feel the power, and it just floats there. Like, you hit it and it just floats, and you're like, man, what? And this thing can go 40 miles an hour. It fucking flies, dude. I had it out on a field.
How do they work?
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it does 4K. It's like one of the best ones you can buy. Like, not like the super high end, but it's not a cheap ass one. It's like a really good one.
Have you ever seen the drone racing that they're doing now?
Yeah, I looked that up on YouTube. It's crazy.
Oh, it's nuts, dude. That's like, you know what it reminds me of? It was like when they're talking about the reflexes required to race pod racers in the Star Wars universe, and I'm watching these drones going, I would have crashed on every single corner. I don't know how, and they're doing it in like VR helmets too, eh?
Yeah. You can buy them for the Mavic. It's literally like wearing one of those PlayStation 4 VR helmets, and you see what the drone sees, and you just fly around.
I would projectile vomit so fucking hard.
And those things fly, dude. They go like 100 miles an hour and shit.
Oh yeah. So how long before you accidentally the whole thing and put it in the water?
Well, what's nice about this one is it's got all those safety things. So you can make it so that if it's a meter or a meter and a half or 2 meters away from an object, it'll stop. And I tested it too. I went directly at a brick wall as fast as it could go, and it went shoo, and it goes. You're like, oh fuck! I even had it come towards my face, like straight up coming at me, and it goes, and it backs off. It's sick, dude. It doesn't hit anything. It hits nothing.
That's pretty dope.
And you know what else is dope? When you lift it off and you just fly around, dude. I had it flying all over like fucking Klein Heights and shit. Like, I had it everywhere. And then you just click a button. Like, if you don't want to bring it all the way back, you just click a button, and it comes back to you, and it lands where it went off. So I'm just like, I'm sitting in my car waiting for it to come home. It's like fucking 3 miles down the road, and you can see it on your screen, so you can see it fucking coming towards you. And then it kind of hovers over the spot for a second, then it just slowly goes down. It lands, and it shuts down. It's fire.
Oh,
fire.
That's pretty dope.
And it just takes such good video, man. It's so fire, dude. I just need to figure out a good render setting when I'm using Sony Vegas to figure out what's a good setting to, render it with. Because right now, when I'm doing it, it's kind of fucking up the quality of the video a little bit. I mean, obviously, it's not raw anymore, but I know I can do a lot better than, what I have going on right now. So that's the big thing. I got a bunch of different lenses. Got like a 6-pack of lenses that you can put on top of the camera lens, and it'll change the look. So like if it's super sunny out, you want to put on like a 6, and then it's incredible, dude. I'm obsessed with the damn thing. I just want to go out and fly it, and it lasts for about 27 minutes per battery. And with the pack that I bought, It came with 2 extras, and you can charge all of them at once in a little docking bay. So
Yeah,
I just have one in the GoPro, or not in the GoPro, in the Mavic Pro, and then another one in my carry case. So when one dies, I just switch it out. But it's pretty rare that you're flying a drone for more than 30 minutes at a time. Like, that's a long time to fly a drone. Usually it's like,
exactly.
you know, you're setting up a shot, you take your shot. It usually is like 10 minutes, and so I never really use the full 30. It's fun.
Fantastic. Yeah, drones are pretty sick. It'll be not to completely take off on that topic too far, but it'll be fun to see if there's if they start regulating drone use eventually. I feel like they're going to have to. Drones are going to become cheap enough that enough people are going to have them that it's just going to be like privacy concerns and everything else, and there's going to be like no fly zones for drones.
I think there is now. Honestly, I think there is a law here in Canada that just got passed not too long ago, and I don't give a shit. I mean, I don't know what the law is. I don't know, like, if you need some kind of like license or you got to register your drone, and there's like certain fly zones that you can't. So I don't care. Like, I'm just flying wherever. If a cop says something, you can go ahead and say something. But I haven't been flying over anybody's house. Like, I've been like over water or on a field somewhere or in a parking lot taking shots of my car. I'm not like flying it around spying on people. But yeah, there's definitely already things in place, and this thing flies way the fuck up, dude. Like, not as high as like an airplane, but it's high. Obviously not. Like, it's high. Like if I go all the way up, dude, I can see everything. I can see Dartmouth, Halifax, everywhere. I could probably fucking see Truro if I flew up there high enough. So it's pretty dope. But yeah, there is definitely something already in place. But I'm not bugging anybody, so I'm not.
No, of course not. No, you don't need to worry about it. In completely unrelated, zero chance of a proper segue news, Nintendo is continuing to make some interesting decisions, and of course it revolves around Amiibos, my favorite thing in the world. I love me some Amiibos, mostly because they are possibly the most useless things ever conceived. But hey, they're selling like hotcakes, so...
No, you want to know what the most useless thing ever conceived? Are those fucking Skylander shit. You know those things? You ever see those Skylander toys?
I think Skylander's still like selling... Dude, I think Skylanders is selling huge, though.
Dude, well, they were. Now they're not. They tanked horribly. You know, there's too many of them on the market. So
I know Disney folded.
Dude, for a while, Skylanders was like the holy grail. You go to a yard sale, and if a kid was selling Skylanders for like fucking 50 cents a piece, you were salivating because some of these things were worth like $15, $20 a pop. And I have a bin full of them over there in the corner. And so what they were doing for the longest time is you could take these to EB Games, and EB would buy them off. You give you store credit, and they would give you like 50-40% of the retail value because the shit was selling like hotcakes. They couldn't get them in. So all the retro collectors, they were going to yard sales and specifically asking, like usually when you ask, hey, do you have any, you know, N64, Nintendo, Sega, Super Nintendo, blah, 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 or Skylanders? They were like adding Skylanders in there. And then you could take them to EB. EB was buying them up, and you'd get, like, you buy a bin off a kid for $15 and you've got like $300 worth of Skylanders. You take them to EB Games, you get $150. I mean,
holy shit.
That's amazing, right? And then you just buy like a Nintendo Switch and then sell it, you know, for fucking 30% more than retail. So that was the thing for a while, and I didn't get on the Skylanders train until the end of it. So I brought a bin of it over to EB Games, and they're like, we don't even accept them anymore because they can't get rid of them. He said, the guy at EB Games said, they have, because they were collecting them all over the country, and they said they have a warehouse filled with them because they were buying them up so much, and then they were selling like crazy, and then they were still buying them, and it took EB to run it like nationwide that they weren't collecting them anymore. So all the stores were buying them up, and now they've got like a fucking warehouse full of these things they can't get rid of. Nobody wants them anymore.
Oh, that sucks. Because I knew Disney's, what were they? Disney's Infinity or whatever they were called.
Yeah, they stopped those.
They stopped those like, I don't know, 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago. But I'm surprised Skylanders randomly just imploded on itself because they seemed to be doing really, really well. There wasn't any like signs of slowing, so that must have just came out of friggin' nowhere. But this Amiibo shit. The thing that kills me about the Amiibo shit is just what Nintendo attaches to these amiibos, and which wouldn't be a problem if they were relatively easy to come by, but there are a lot of amiibos they put out.
Yeah.
That like a lot of things Nintendo made, you have to sacrifice a lamb in order to actually attain one of these items. So the thing that they're doing for this is for, remember E3 talks.
Sacrifice the lamb. I just kept thinking of Vikings, bro. I just kept thinking of Vikings.
Just slitting its throat, just
fucking blood all over, putting blood all over your body and face and shit. Like, just Nintendo, just give me a Switch. You know,
running
just give
naked
me,
through the fields.
Give me a NES Mini, please. NES Mini, pray to the gods.
Remember at E3, I don't know if you would remember it, but at E3 they showed off Metroid Samus Returns, which is the 3DS game. It wasn't the Metroid 4, it was like the kind of in between.
Mm-hmm.
And people were pretty excited about it because it looks, to be fair, pretty fucking awesome. Especially for a handheld, and it's a sequel to, I think, the Game Boy game from forever ago. So their brilliant plan was, first they announced the Amiibo, and the Amiibo for this game are what I like about the Amiibo is they're actually getting better and better about how good they look. Like, as a collector piece to put on a shelf, if you're collecting ones, just the ones that you like because they actually display well, I mean, that's fine. But what Nintendo's doing here is they're saying, how about we take this Amiibo, which will guaranteed be almost impossible to find, because they attached it to the Metroid one, or like the I can't remember what the whatever the one is. It's not Mother Brain or whatever. I don't think, I can't remember, but it's squishy. This is like one where it's like, I don't know, like at E3 they showed it off. Yeah, and it's a squishy material. It's fucking awesome, right? Just for that reason, that thing's gonna sell already like crazy. Everybody was talking about how much they wanted these Metroid Amiibos and whatnot. And now Nintendo says, hey, guess what, guys? Here's what you're going to get for the unlockables with these Amiibos for this game. They have decided to put the hard mode behind that Amiibo. So in order to unlock the hard mode, you have to own the Amiibo to unlock a fucking game mode. How friggin' ridiculous is that? Are you kidding me?
Dude, that's retarded. And you know what? Like, it sucks for the people that legitimately have, like, don't care about Amiibos at all, and they just want hard mode, and they're like, I just want to play the game on hard. Why are you making me buy this fucking thing? So here's the thing. Here's my thought. Here's my thought on Amiibos. I don't own any Amiibos, and I'm going to start collecting for them, but I'm only going to be collecting brand new in box, sealed ones, because I have that Nintendo display case, and they have the hooks, and I think it would look really nice to have new ones on there, like even just the full Super Smash Brothers line and stuff. I actually think Amiibos are a really cool thing for a collecting purpose. I also think it's cool for people that attach themselves to certain IPs. So if you're a big Zelda fan and you just want to get every Zelda Amiibo, or if you're a Donkey Kong fan, or Pokemon fan, and you want the Pikachu and different things like that, I think that's cool. But I think where the value lies and why I believe in Amiibos right now is I don't think they're going to last forever. I think we're going to get Amiibos for a couple more years, and then that fad is going to die. And then those Amiibos are going to be worth a fuck ton of money. I think those, like, in terms of, I'm just thinking of it in collectors' eyes. But the thing is they're going to have to be sealed. You're going to have to buy them. So if you're anybody out there that's listening, I've been doing a lot of collecting, and I've been doing a lot of research on every console, and I've looked at every trend and everything. And the buzz is, if you're going to buy Amiibos and you can afford it, buy two. Open one for yourself and keep one sealed. Keep them sealed, because these things in like 5-10 years, there's going to be a bunch of them out there, but people open these shits. They get them and they immediately open them because they just want to fucking put them on a shelf, or like look at them or look for the hard mode in their fucking Amiibo. Don't open them, buy them, and hold on to them. They're going to be worth money. They're fucking expensive now. Some of them are $100 for some of these things. Goes like $30 to $100 depending on what which ones you're buying. They're gonna like double, triple in value. Very specific ones, not like every single one, but there will be like this Metroid one, for example.
Anything Fire Emblem is right now is insanely expensive.
Already worth a shit ton. Anything Fire Emblem, dude, you can get a used Fire Emblem game and get over $100 for it, easy. But I really feel like Amiibos are going to be worth bank. I mean, some of them are already worth money. So that's my thought on them. Do I care about them? Nah. Yeah. I think they're, whatever, but it is what it is. Like something you'd find in a loot crate. It's like, it's just cool if you enjoy that specific thing. It's cool to have, I guess. But nah.
So, like, the order of operations in my mind for Amiibos are, or in this case, if you're going to start attaching things like game modes to an Amiibo, which is, I mean, almost in my mind, categorically ridiculous, like, and objectively ridiculous. I don't think you can really argue a case for a hard mode being stuck behind not just a paywall, but a paywall that you have to go and physically
go to the store and buy
and like buy. And hope that it's available. It boggles my mind. But you can collect. If they made the Amiibos or made enough Amiibos that they weren't such a rarity, so that you didn't have to like go hunting forever to find these things, or pay way above market value just to get your hands on one because of the aftermarket prices of a lot of these Amiibos. Then it still wouldn't be okay, but it would be almost acceptable. Like at the end of the day, like if you really wanted to, you could still do it.
Or
but
you're paying, right? The game came with an
that
Amiibo,
too, or if they bundled it,
sure, yeah,
like sure,
gave you an option.
But as it stands, right now, you're getting this 40. I think like probably a $40 game. I think for a 3DS game. I think it's something like $39 or whatever. Maybe more. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. And then you got a somewhere between, I want to say 10 or 12 to $15 for an Amiibo. So in Canadian, I guess, comparatively speaking, you're looking at turning a $40 or $50 purchase to get everything that you should probably have already into a basically like an almost $70.
Dude, let's just say what it is. They're money grabbing. That's literally the show.
Hardcore.
They're just making an incentive for people to go out and buy their fucking Amiibo. And they also know that when somebody buys an Amiibo, they're going to be inclined to buy other Amiibos. There's people out there that have a hard time only having one of something. I am the same way. I will not collect for a system or a console that I know I won't fully commit to, because seeing something incomplete, it just irks my OCD. I can't look at something and be like, oh my fucking God, like I'd have to throw it out. I'd have to get it and then give it away or throw it in the garbage because I would want to go out and buy more. I'd be like, oh, well, I got this Metroid one. I guess I'll go out and buy this Metroid one and may as well finish the whole set. And next thing you know, you're $200 in the hole. So Nintendo isn't stupid. And Nintendo will have your dumbass waiting in line for 6 hours for something that isn't even going to be there by the time you get in the front of the line. So it's just ridiculous. It's dumb. Let's put it that way. It's dumb.
Yeah. I had something I was going to say, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've been asleep for 2 days straight now, so now it's gone and out of my mind. What was it going to be? People are coming to the point now where, when you talk about collectors and buying two of everything and whatnot, if you're into the collecting side of it, people have been trying to come up with weird and wonderful ways of keeping them inside the package, but still being able to physically use the Amiibo and all this like crazy nonsense. And then people have started selling just cards that are the Amiibo information onto scan cards that you can buy on like Etsy and shit. There's all sorts of shops that get shut down all the time, and then like 50 more crop up. So that if all you're interested in, for example, is what comes with the Amiibo in terms of the thing, so whether it's a costume or in this case a hard mode or whatever, then you just buy the card, and then you don't have to go hunt down this fucking holy grail item just to fucking have something that should be in the game as a purchasable thing to begin with. So that's probably going to increase as time goes on here because Nintendo doesn't seem to show any signs of realizing what the fuck. You say money grabbing, but at the same time, that amiibo, that specific amiibo, was going to sell out if it had nothing on it. If it had actually no game content and they put out a Metroid squishy fucking amiibo, it's going to sell out in like the first 48 hours.
Here's the other thing. Is Nintendo this smart where they go, we're going to piss people off and they're going to talk about it, and here we are on a podcast talking about Metroid that's coming out, and you even said the game looks great, and I had no idea the game was coming out. So I heard about it, but I didn't know when it was coming out, and I didn't know. So we're all talking about it, and they're going to sell more copies of the game. Are they that smart or what?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think they're sitting there going, man, how can we get people to like low key talk about our game? Wait, let's piss them off with this fucking amiibo. I don't think that's their play. But
isn't that the beautiful thing though about Nintendo? Like the fanboys are so fucking like up Nintendo's ass that they could literally fuck their wife and kill their dog, and they'll still go and buy Mario Odyssey. They just will. It's just how it's just the way it is. They don't give a fuck. They literally don't care. They'll like copyright your favorite YouTuber. They'll do whatever they want, and you're gonna be like, you know what? Hey, it's Nintendo. I'm gonna go buy this shit anyway. Fucking dumb. It is what it is. Anyway, what's next?
Moving on. I mean, similar to a degree, I guess. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. That's a popular game, Jeff. There's a few people that play it.
Dude, that shit is taking out League of Legends on Twitch, man. And not just once in a blue moon. We're talking like
frequently.
Very frequent, like 40% of the time. The shit. Yeah. And if there's like one big player on Battleground guy online, it's more. Like if there's like one big dude. If not, it's just a whole bunch of channels. Shit's real.
So a long while ago, they said that they were never going to monetize, have internal transactions within the game until it was properly launched. Because as we all know, it's still in an early access kind of alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it state. But as it turns out, the game is so damn popular that they're holding some sort of tournament-y thing at I want to say it was Gamescom. The article said. And so they were coming up, obviously going to come up with ways to fund this thing and not take it directly out of the sales of the game. Everybody else is doing similar things to this. So they said, hey, well, we're going to come out with some crates. I think there's 3 types of crates. 2 of them you can use if you want in-game related points or something that you can earn. And then the last crate type, you need to spend $2.50 real dollarinos in order to unlock. And I think they're within these crates they're including a bunch of clothing and whatever types that are related to Battle Royale, which is the movie / book series,
one of the greatest movies of all time,
that this whole genre of games is built on. And so they have some stuff in there. I thought, I'm reading the article and I'm thinking, where does the bad part come up? Because they're just taking the funds from this and dumping it into this tournament for Gamescom for the prize winnings. And then they said that if there was any extra on top of that, they just donate the rest of it to some charity of some kind. So I was sitting here going, well, what's the downside to this? So we're getting completely cosmetic items. 2 out of the 3 chest types you can unlock with in-game related points, to my understanding. The last of which is a whopping $2.50 to unlock, and all the proceeds go towards nothing but funding the tournament at Gamescom for this game, plus possibility of spillover going to charity. Where is the downside to this? And then I remembered it's the gaming community, and there's always something to whine and bitch about in the gaming community.
What is it? So Adam, spit it out. What is it?
Well, people are salty. They're fucking scream. They're fucking salty as fuck. They're like, why? You said you would never monetize shit in game, and then people are going, oh, here we go. It's the slippery slope. It's gonna all be downhill from here. And oh, you guys sold 5 million copies, so we better find a way to monetize it further. Like, it's just a bunch of nonsense. And I'm sitting there going,
But you know what? who cares if they did? Like, you know, the game is sold a bajillion. You're getting hours and hours and hours of content out of it. Probably the average person that bought that game is probably at least put in 20 to 30 hours in that fucking thing. Yeah. I mean, who gives a shit? They're doing something for fucking a tournament like H1Z1 does, and they're going to give the proceeds to charity. That's ridiculous. Even if they didn't, even if they pocketed that money and put it towards another event or just open, like did their own thing, like whatever,
cares?
Dude. Shut the fuck up, you fucking crying bitches, man.
It's all just cosmetic.
Ridiculous. It's like, who cares? Are you mad because you can't get the fucking yellow suit from Battle Royale and you got to pay $2.50 for your chance to get one, or play the game for 5 hours and have a chance to get one? Shut the fuck up, you fucking crying bitch. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, get off it, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing with your time in your life that you got to sit there and you got to complain about shit like that? They're putting out a tournament that you're going to consume on Twitch and have a great time watching anyway. Your favorite fucking Twitch streamers play the game. You're playing the game. God forbid a company makes something good, takes out its fucking predecessor, and makes money. What the fuck? Who cares, dude? The fucking guy who made it deserves to get rich as fuck off the game. Everybody's playing it, you fucking crybaby fucks. Oh. Jesus, you don't want the skin, don't buy it. It's not like they're saying, oh, you can't play every time you go into a Battle Royale, you got to pay a ticket. There's a little ticket that you got to do. In order to get those tickets, you got to buy crates. Then I could see them going, all right, this is some fucking shit. I didn't sign up for that. Yeah. It's a skin. It's a fucking skin. And it's another fucking crate skin on top of that. It's not like they're doing anything out of the norm. Everybody does it. Fucking StarCraft has crates now, for Christ's sake. You know what, man? Don't even you triggered me. You triggered me because it's ridiculous. Like, well, is that a thing? Or is there really people complaining, bro? Or are you just making shit up?
Yes, no, I'm not.
Is there people like legitimately complaining about this?
Yes, absolutely, dude. 110%. And it's crazy. I mean, what it reminded me of was when League of Legends released that crazy luck skin that had like 4 different skins in one, and it was like an $80 skin. And it was a super crazy, over the top, it was an incredible skin. The art for it was amazing. Everything was 10 out of 10, $80. Nobody is forcing you to buy this skin. No, zero people.
But I want it, Adam. It's not fair that everybody else that's got money and jobs and shit can go and buy this stuff, and I can't. It's not fair. I want the skin. If I paid for this game, I should have it just like everybody else has it. I want this skin. It's not fair.
That's their thought process, though.
Yes,
they don't want to pay. They don't want to.
It's got everything. Everything is going to be within their wheelhouse.
It's got to be free, Adam. Everything is got to be free. Free 99.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking play these alpha games. All these things because they're ripoffs and they're scams, and then they buy into it, and then they complain when they want to make money off their game. It's crazy, dude. It's a never-ending battle, dude. I swear to God, they could have been like, guys, what we're gonna do is we're going to have a tournament, all right? We're going to rent out a stadium. We're going to fly in your favorite streamers. We're going to put $100,000 up, and we're going to match it to charity as well.
Tell me more.
And guess what? All skins from here on out are free forever.
Oh, well, shit.
Then you know what? There's going to be a group of people that are going to go, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? You're going to fly out this streamer? This streamer deserves it more than this streamer. What the fuck, bro? Oh, what the fuck? I don't want everybody having the same skin. There's too much of the same skin in the game now. Why do you even put skins if everybody can have the skin, bro? What the fuck? You're giving $100,000 to charity, but you won't fix your goddamn login system, bro? You won't pay somebody to do that, but you're gonna give your money to starving kids in Africa, bro? This fucking shit. They'll complain about anything. They'll complain about anything.
People will find a way. They get like it's the same. It's like when people go for a charity or whatever, and there'll be a charity event, and the chosen charity only gives 80% of the proceeds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then people are like, "Oh, come on! I'm giving you my hard-earned money to cure cancer, and you chose a charity that only gives 80%." of that dollar value to the fund itself. What a bunch of greedy bastards. I heard that the person at the top of that charity drives a BMW. If they're not using horse and cart made by the Amish, they're spending too much of my money on that shit. Are they using buttons? Unacceptable. I need them to use pins only.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
crazy. There's never a floor. Are they spending more than $4 a day in money on food? Do they weigh more than 120 pounds?
It's ridiculous, dude. I was watching.
They're not starving enough.
I was watching one of those fucking bullshit videos on YouTube. Like you know all those like fucking those clickbaity videos where some fucking douchebag goes around and he does pranks and shit, but instead this time they're doing like these sap pieces, like these fucking propaganda pieces where like they'll go to like some poor dude, like some bum on the street, and they'll have cameras set up and they'll go over to the bum and they'll be like, hey man.
Yeah.
And the like this guy, like this YouTuber, he's like looking around his pocket. He's like, dude, I can't, oh man, I don't know where my wallet is. I can't pay the parking meter. I can't pay the parking meter. And then like the bum will get up and be like, here's my change. You can use my change.
I made this passing in beer cans.
Yeah.
For the last 3 weeks.
I'm going to give you my last $1 because I'm a human and I have compassion. It doesn't matter how much I'm struggling. I'll put you for those scripted shitty fucking ridiculous videos.
Oh, so bad.
I was watching one of them where this fucking douchebag was going around the city giving people $1,000, like just giving random, like, I don't know if it was real or fake or what, probably fake. But even if it was real, right? Just a douchey, like, somebody that just goes around and does a random acts of kindness, but wants validation for it, just gonna like film it and like, use it for views, and people be like, oh, this guy's so nice. He does all these nice things. So this guy was giving away like $1,000 to just random bums and shit, right? And somebody in the comment section said, "What the fuck, bro? You're giving $1,000 to one person. You could have given $100 to 10 people." And I'm just like, for one, I slow clapped because he could do math, and I was like, okay, that's a start. You can do math. But it just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you do, people will complain. No, I mean, you could literally give something to somebody and somebody will bitch on how they the perfect example is giveaways. Like, if I do a giveaway on my stream or whatever, and say I give away like 20 skin codes, and I do it via Twitter, I do it via Instagram and Facebook, and you've got a bunch of people that'll fucking cry and bitch at you because they have to follow you on social media. Because God forbid you go out and you buy a couple $100 worth of codes to give away, and you use that as advertising dollars to, boost up your social media, which helps you get more rates for sponsors and have a bigger presence on stuff, because people just don't understand how business works. But yet they'll complain because you just won't give it to them right there and then. They got to go and follow you and actually be a fan or like, I don't have Facebook. Okay, then go on Twitter and go on Instagram. I don't have Facebook and Instagram either. Well, then guess what? You're shit out of luck, bro. Looks like you don't get a free skin, man.
Shit.
It's like, tough bananas, bro. Like, I'm feeling sorry for you, man. I'm sorry.
Anyway. So it's like, why don't you just deliver that by hand to my front door?
Holy shit.
Just bring it to me.
It's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely nuts. But real talk though, he gave $1,000 to one person. He could have given $1 to 1,000 people, Jeff. Yeah, that's fucked up.
But
think of how far you could have spread it.
That's just how the world works, dude. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just the internet. Maybe people are just fucking, like, I actually think some people are just extra fucking stupid on the internet. Like, I have a hard time believing that there is some people out there that are that dense. I know they exist, but it happens so frequently that you got to believe that people legitimately just over exaggerate or just say shit to troll. Like legit just be like, dude, I'm going to say this. And while they're typing it, they're like smiling and shit. They're like, this is so fucking dumb. Like, oh, I can't believe I'm fucking typing this right now. Enter. He's going to respond. He's going to go fucking crazy. It's going to be great. I think the majority of people are probably actually like that because people are going to be like, it's a scary society to think that there are tens of thousands or millions of people that are just legitimately on Troll Street 24/7, 7 days a week. They got it. I mean, it's got to be a troll, right?
I mean, you have to. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely people that do that. 100%. They get their kicks and their shits and giggles out of doing that stuff. So you know, it totally fucking exists. I mean, just. I guess somebody just to wrap this whole up, this back up. Somebody in chat said that we weren't doing enough justice, I guess, to the concerns that the people were having about this. Here's my honest opinion on this, and my opinion is going to be biased and one-sided. All right, there's no argument against it. You have a completely cosmetic reward system that you have 100% the capability of deciding whether or not you spend the money or you don't spend the money. And in no way, shape, or form will it affect your gameplay experience, short of being salty about the fact that you can't have the item somebody else did because you're not willing to spend the money to make that item a fucking reality. Nothing changes. And on top of that, its proceeds are going towards something community related, and with the possibility, not guaranteed, but possibility of spillover going to charity. There's almost no better way that they could have framed this for the community and did it for the community, short of just taking money out of their own pockets and doing it. And I'm sure there would have still been some way that somebody would have complained about this system. It's just,
and they can still get the skins by playing the game, right? And earning, earning enough whatever to
and maybe
credits,
there.
Right?
I bet you there are some skins that are locked specifically behind the pay for chests. I'm positive that's the case. Otherwise, why would anybody spend the money to open those chests? But at the end of the day, it still stands.
It's skins.
It's skins. It's not anything that affects the gameplay whatsoever. So, it's like this.
Silly. It's like going to the movie theater. You can everybody goes to the same movie, right? There's different ways you can experience the movie, but everybody's going to the movie, and you can either sit in the front, you can sit in the back, you can sit in the middle, you can sit in the sides. But it doesn't matter if you're sitting in one of those fucking seats that rumble or whatever. If you want to pay the extra $10 to sit in a rumble seat, then sit in the rumble seat. Don't get mad because it's not free for everybody to sit in a rumble seat. If you want to pay the extra to experience the movie in that light, or in this case, the skin in this game in that sort of light, then by all means. When you're sitting in a rumble seat, that's going directly into the pockets of the theater. It's not going to charity. It's not going to some extra, fuckboy event where all your favorite fuckboys get together and have a fuckboy time and win all kinds of money. No, it's just a good. It's good. It's all good. I mean, there literally is no bad that comes out of it. Like you said, there's no argument.
Okay, here's the follow-up. It's literally gambling. Because you're getting parts of skins to complete the whole.
Oh, so now so now we're playing the gambling card. Now we're
but
going
here,
down
hold on. Jeff, I'm gonna blow your mind. Are you ready? I need you to hold on real tight. Hold on to that seat. Here it comes. You ready? I don't have to go buy a Lotto 649 ticket.
I don't actually. I just don't do it.
That's actually all I have to say about that. That's
about
as hard as it gets.
That can't even be an argument because every single game does it. Every single online game has some kind of role or skin. That's just like going and buying a pack of Pokemon cards and saying, I'm fucking gambling right now. I'm paying for a product that I know I'm going to get something. I'm getting a pack. So every time you go and you buy a pack of hockey cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, Hearthstone pack, you're gambling? I mean, I guess gambling by definition is any betting or wagering for self or others, whether for money or not, no matter how slight or insignificant when the outcome is uncertain or depends upon chance or skill, that constitutes gambling. But the thing is, that is just the way, that's just, you could use that argument for anything, right? You could use it for anything. So it's just ridiculous.
Now, come back in 6 months' time when Battlegrounds starts including weapons and other things that change the face of the game or give people advantages, then there's an argument to be made. But until then, gambling is a poor excuse. You know, having the thing at all because they said they weren't going to monetize before the game was out is a poor excuse. There's nothing that's holding any, you know, there's no guns being held to anyone forcing you to go out and spend $2.50 to open up a crate to have a chance at getting a piece of a skin for you to build at the end of the day. It's just there. It's a silly thing to complain about. It
is what it is.
But it's gaming. Hey, yep. You know what other people have more of a almost a legitimate reason to complain about? Remember Bioware put out that game called Mass Effect Andromeda, and it's, you know, one sec here. Andromeda. Remember when Mass Effect used to actually be a game that people took seriously, and it was a really popular series that actually held a lot of clout amongst the community. And then they released Andromeda, and it was pretty fucking bad. It was bad, as people later found out, because they put the A team at BioWare onto what's the name of that game coming?
Anthem.
And then the B team that didn't have Mr. T on it went and made Andromeda, and boy was it rough. It wasn't the worst game ever made, but it was rough. Rough enough and didn't sell enough that now it looks like there's not going to be a hell of a lot of DLC provided for this game. So people are a little salty about that. But as a peripheral thing, people got really salty on this specific YouTube video. BioWare.
Oh, this is the corn maze,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I saw
so
that
BioWare,
shit. It's so fucking dumb.
So BioWare, who's a Canadian company, you know, they're situated out west. They bought up the ability to create the design for the Edmonton corn maze for this year, and so they came up with a design, and it's for Anthem, and obviously. This is like the worst waste of money for advertising you could ever imagine. But they did it for fun, and the video, honest to God, it was bad. The joke is it's corny, and I still giggled a couple of times.
I chuckled twice, though, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I did chuckle.
There's a couple of good little tidbits in here, and you could probably find this video easily enough on YouTube. And so I watched it, and I honestly thought the general reaction to this video was going to be, you know, kind of lighthearted. People would be like, all right, that's pretty silly, that's pretty fun, you know, it is what it is, because the reception for Anthem so far has been pretty positive on the whole. And I scrolled down in the comments, and it's got like a 50% like rate. The fucking comments are just bombing it, and it's all Mass Effect Andromeda people. Every fucking one of them. And they are so angry about the fact that their game is not getting, or they don't know if they're getting DLC or not, but then BioWare's spending this money on a corn maze in northern Canada.
Get fucked. Get fucked, Mass Effect Andromeda.
So funny.
Dude, the price for Mass Effect dropped down to like $19.99. The
game
is
immediately.
The game is done, bro. It's just done.
Oh, it's so dead.
It's such a shit show of the game. But yeah, the corn maze, I did see that a couple days ago, and I laughed. And I saw that somebody on Twitter had tweeted it, and I was like, what the hell is this? It's pretty it was kind of funny. I posted it in the chat for the people that wanted to watch it. But, yeah.
I saw it. I really did. I thought people were going to be laughing about it in the comments. I was looking forward to people like saying they liked the same jokes I liked and all this shit. And I go down, it's just like, this is anger, anger and spite. But yeah, I thought I'd add that in there for the giggles this week. And to wrap up this segment before we go on a short break, last podcast we talked not even briefly, we actually talked kind of at length about the Genesis flashback and the Atari flashback by @Games. Mm-hmm. And as it turns out, they're pretty shit.
Really?
As much as we didn't want them to be, apparently there's quite a bit of issues. First and foremost being that it doesn't really do a great job of emulating the game, so there's a lot of skipped frames in there, which isn't a huge deal with certain types of games, but you start playing Sonic or Mortal Kombat or things of that nature, and skipped frames becomes a problem, for sure.
Yeah.
There's also some quirky stuff with the UI and getting around with within it, and there are a lot of kind of what people would consider vaporware games on that 80 game list. Mm-hmm. And then there's also the same kind of lag frame drop issue occurs with cartridges that you plug in to play of your own.
Yeah, that's not good.
So that's not great either. So as it turns out, you shouldn't buy that. And you should pretend that didn't happen, but it looked so promising. Like it looked so.
Yeah,
and maybe that was the problem.
I'm probably still gonna buy it. I'll probably still get it just to have one. But yeah, that's very sad because this was Sega's opportunity to.
Well, it's not Sega. It's not Sega making it. I think is part of the problem, right? It's @Games. It's a third party, so it's not like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic where Nintendo was overseeing the whole thing. This is just another company entirely that's done consoles like this in the past.
Sega's got to have some kind of say in how their brand is represented.
I think they just bought the licensing.
I mean? Really?
I think they just bought the licensing for it, and or purchased the licensing for it, and
see, like I would have thought. I mean, even if they did own the licensing to these games and to Sega, that there would still be some kind of clause where just because you buy it, you're not going to now post a photo of, Sonic banging fucking, an altered beast in the ass. There's
yes,
probably, but in which can be funny to some, but with the Sega, if they're going to come out and it's kind of a big deal and they're just going to like completely fuck the whole gaming experience, like that's not. If I was Sega, I'd be like, "This, you're not going to release this. Like, this is unacceptable. You need to change the hardware. Something's going on here."
And I think it's kind of poor timing too, because Sega's been on a bit of an upswing with the games they've been announcing and the programs and stuff that they have in place that they're trying to kind of revive the Sega brand in general over the course of the next few years. And so to have this kind of crop up right around now is likely not the greatest thing for them. I don't know how they remedy that. I would have liked them to do it on their own, honestly. And I'm surprised. Maybe it will still happen. Maybe we will get an official Sega branded one at some point. But I think the hurdle for them is that they're going to be putting so much of their classic stuff, and it's already on the PC, as it stands. And they're putting it on mobile now. So it's possible that they're just going to skip this kind of thing altogether because they're putting stuff on mobile and focusing on that. But I think with the success of the NES Mini, it will probably happen.
I honestly think, and as much as I like to hate on mobile shit because I'm just not a mobile gamer. I just never was. I'll play like the odd Candy Crush or something on an airplane, but even that can't hold my attention for more than an hour. I actually think probably going to mobile is best case scenario for Sega. I don't think there's a big enough fan base for Sega anymore. I think it's been out of the limelight for so long, and I feel like, and it's an uphill climb. It's kind of like, Nintendo trying to keep up against, if Nintendo was trying to directly compete against Xbox or Sony, they're just not going to do that, right? They have to go their own route because they know what kind of battles they can and cannot win. I think for Sega, trying to emulate with pun, the Nintendo and mainly Nintendo right now, what they're doing with all these minis and the line of minis that they have coming out, it's a great idea in theory. I do like the fact that a third party is going to do this if it's done right. Unfortunately, by the sound of it, it's not done right. But I think mobile is great because mobile people like fucking soccer moms and like teenagers and shit, they'll download fucking anything, dude. They'll download any. They don't need to be attached to it. They just need to see it up in the top 10 list on an app store.
They see 5 stars and they go,
They just want it. They just want it. So it's an opportunity for them to gain traction with new people that don't know. Maybe, you know, and Sonic is a good enough IP and it's a recognizable enough IP that I think even if a soccer mom saw Sonic, they would kind of know what it is. They'd be like, oh, the Sonic, I think my son played it when he was a kid. You know, I think I'll try this out. You know, something like that. So, and then you got all these other great games that even to hardcore fanboys of, I wouldn't say hardcore, but to your average gamer that have played Sega, there's so many great games on Sega that they probably never even heard of or even played. Yeah. So the fact that you can bring it to a phone where it is the most used thing on the planet, period, they have a bigger and better opportunity to get new people on board, sell their game, or at least monetize it in some way, and to just get more people playing it and having that Sega brand out there that way. So I do like the fact that they are moving over to mobile, even though I won't touch it likely. I think that's the best case scenario for Sega, and if that succeeds for them, then maybe they are able to come back into the game and be a player in some way. But I don't even think they'd even be close to the level of even Nintendo in terms of the console wars. It's not like Sega's going to come up with another console, but you never know. They may come out with a line of games. They may bring some of their games back out that some of these other consoles can. They can play it on
and that's their plan, right? So their plan is releasing their older stuff on mobile to start, and then expanding outward from mobile over time with the old stuff, and then reviving IPs that have been dormant for a really long time that were very popular back in the day, that still hold some interest or hold a lot of value that could be expanded upon in with new hardware that we have today. And rebuild Sega's reputation kind of from the ground up, which is pretty much what they've got to do. So, so that's the unfortunate situation, and I'm going to assume that the Atari one is going to be similar. So be wary if you were, after our discussion last week, thinking about maybe picking up one of these bad boys. Just be aware that it's not going to likely be the most smooth experience. Not the worst. After reading the whole article, it didn't sound like it was, for $80, it didn't sound like you were getting completely shafted. But you just have to know that for $80, you're going to have to maybe jump through a couple of hoops to really get your money's worth. But certainly not the holy grail of Sega Genesis stuff like we were hoping it was going to be last week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for now. We're going to go and take a bit of a break, and when we come back, we've got movies and TV talk to discuss. And kind of catch up on what's been going on in that world. And so thank you very much for listening so far. We'll be right back. Sit tight for the sellout, and we will return. Hey guys, if you're enjoying Technical Alpha and are interested in supporting us, do I have a solution for you? We've set up this Patreon page to help us help you, help us and you. We've got a list of options that would make a used car salesman cry that provides you with a range of goodies for your support. Head on over to patreon.com/technicalalpha to see what's up for grabs. Like fancy badges and stuff? Subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to, well, badges and stuff. Not big on subscriptions. We have a button below that allows you to directly throw money at our faces. Careful you don't take those eyes out though. We are so very fond of our eyes. Honestly though, while we like to joke about the sellout, just being a regular listener is a huge help, and we're incredibly thankful for all of your support. Technical Alpha will continue soon, so sit tight. we are back in black. I'm not going to try and emulate that man's voice.
Yeah,
at that
no,
point.
yeah,
There's
don't do
not
that.
a chance.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. I was like, is he going to go there?
Bad life choices would have been made there. Let's just leave it as it is. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to discuss movies, TV, and if there's any retro stuff that Mr. Black's managed to dig up in the last 7 days, then we can touch on that. But if not, then we dive right into the movies and TV.
Nah.
Do we have anything?
Nothing retro related. I did get my shelves screwed into the back wall though, which is nice. So now they're not like gonna fall over at any minute. So
that's good because so when Wayne brings his son over and his son goes to pull out a Nintendo 64 controller and it hooks and then the whole thing kills him. Yeah, that's good. That's probably a step in the right direction. That's
but it's been. I picked up a few games, but I finished my Mega Man collection for NES, so I have all of them now, 1 through 6. No really retro news or nothing new that came out. I think probably us just talking about Sega is probably the closest thing to retro right now.
There is one little thing, and we talked about a different one last week where that tournament whatever game thing sold for some obscene amount of money. A sealed first run Mario Bros sold for $30,000 this week.
Wow.
And it was a guy who had worked at Nintendo. Yeah, it was an eBay sale, and it was a guy who worked at Nintendo, and he has no idea. He doesn't remember why he had, the game or whatever. But it was $30,000, and people were like, "Man, I've got one of those laying around," and somebody was like, "But wait, yours isn't worth 30 grand because it's not the one that he had, which was like a first run." So the retail packaging had one of the flip-up tabs that you'd put onto like one of the racks like you have in your other room, one of the tabs or whatever. And apparently, if it has one of those, it's one of the first ones that were put out. So it's a sealed version of that. And it's flawless, dude. Like, I'm looking at the pictures. There isn't a dent, a scratch, a crease. It is like it was in a fucking bubble wrap for 40 fucking years or whatever, and now here it is. And so yeah, 30 grand, not a bad payday. As far as the movie stuff goes, I put a couple things in here, movie and TV, and if we have any other things, we can of course tack it on there. Any opportunity that I get to talk about True Detective, I'm gonna take the opportunity to talk about True Detective because it's one of my favorite things to have ever been made. I mean, we all know that because I'm pretty sure they had locked in 2 more seasons regardless. We just didn't know the timeline of when season 3 and 4 would happen. Apparently, season 3 is approaching something as they have pegged. I'm gonna probably fuck this name up. Mahershala Ali as a major cast member, possibly a starring role, something along those lines. And that just happened, I guess, this week. And Mahershala was talking about it, and how he was saying as soon as they find a director or whatever that they're happy with, that the ball will start rolling at that point.
He's the guy. Sorry, he's the guy. He won an Oscar for I think it was Moonlight.
Yes, Moonlight.
He also was one of the main villains in Luke Cage when those part of the episodes were actually good. The guy is like super talented. He's kind of like the American Idris Elba, I would say. Is the best way I can put him.
Okay.
He was also, I wanted to say he had a stint on The Wire, but I could be wrong about that.
They listed a few things in that article, but I'm not sure if The Wire rings any bells.
But I definitely know he was in Moonlight and the other one I just said. But he is super talented. The guy is like a really good actor. I just haven't seen him in much. Like, I think a role like this is perfect for him because he plays either a gangster of some sort or like, just a tough dude, like a fucking stoic, like badass, like almost like he could play a John Wick. Like if there was a black John Wick, he would be the John Wick.
So instead of Common, they could have used Mahershala.
Oh my God, this guy is infinitely better than Common. I mean, Common is a good like throwaway like villain, but this guy is like, he's like if Common was a legitimate like Oscar type actor, like somebody that actually has credentials, like not some fuckboy actor. Like this guy really knows how to do his shit. So everything that this guy touches is like gold. If you go and look at his IMDb and you look at the movies that he's been, there is it's the majority of them are like 90% or higher. Like the stuff with this guy, his agent must be doing a good job. He's doing a good job. So the fact that they are announced, I didn't know this until you said it. So the fact that they have this guy on board tells me the quality. I mean, the last season they announced Vince Vaughn and shit. Like, you know, there's just a different level of legitimacy. And now that this guy is part of this project, I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah. I mean, and in that same article, they included some stuff about the what was it, the previous director or the producer? What did I write down here? I can't remember. It might have been the director. Anyway, from HBO talking about the failings of season 2 for True Detective. And apparently what it all boils down to was season 1 of True Detective, the writer for the show, and I can't remember his name, it escapes me now. It's a pretty unique name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It was like something that this guy had been working on, I guess, for a long time. It was like a brainchild of this one dude, and he had fine-tuned it over a long period of time. And then when it was super successful, they wanted to obviously try and replicate that in the following, like a super short time frame. And so it wasn't the same thing. Like the guy writing it doesn't give the same amount of, or doesn't have the ability to give the same amount of time and energy to this project. And so it just flat out didn't end up being nearly as good. And so he said, I learned my lesson, and now we're not giving him hard timelines. We're just saying, come to us when you have some good shit, and we're going to know that it's going to be amazing, and then we're going to, you know, put all of our weight behind it. So I think picking up this guy is a damn good start. It's got me excited because, like you said, when last season they announced Vince Vaughn, everybody was trying to come up with reasons why that was going to be okay. And
it's not like he's
now
a
we've
bad
got
actor. Like, he definitely has some chops, and he's done a variety of different things. But it's Vince Vaughn in True Detective. I mean, we went from the first season that was arguably the single best season of television to ever be on TV, like ever. Like, we're talking Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. We're talking everything. It rivals the best season, like singular season of any show ever. And
every episode was incredible.
And then you're gonna go and announce Vince Vaughn like for season 2, and you're not gonna have the two stars that were you know, I know that each season was supposed to be its own, you know, separate story, and then moving on to other actors and stuff. But just how successful it was, you would have thought like, okay, you know, maybe we can pay these guys some good money and continue this because, you know, we'll do something. So, you know,
Vince Vaughn.
We're off to a good start. Yeah, I think we got Vince Vaughn. So,
I like it.
Know.
And don't forget, we got to see Alexandra Daddario's, you know, assets, which were amazing. I will say though, in defense of Ms. Daddario, her eyes are almost, if not equally, as incredible as her wreck. So
everything about her is stunning.
It's just it's a solid 14 or 15 out of 10.
I bet you her shit smells good.
I don't know. I mean, probably. I'm not gonna say no to that. Moving on to Dark Tower. We've been talking about this. I feel like we're gonna probably talk about this until it's out, and then probably after it's out because it looks like fire. And it's coming from a book that's basically you know, Stephen,
King?
God, King, thank you. My brain went Spielberg, right? Stephen King's
there's a lot of Stevens in the movie business. There's a lot.
There are a few. It was like his opus, right? It was like his fucking like greatest book. I think this was I think the article even said that this was that series was the only real series that he ever kind of included himself in the book. And so I think that shows how much, you know, even Mr. King himself has invested in this series. And they talked a little bit, and I want to talk about your thoughts on it as well, about the, you know, first of all, obviously the adaptation of books to film, because apparently, and I haven't read them, but I feel like I want to read them now. The series of books are very different. Like, all of them are almost a different genre, and they're kind of all over the place, and they're super dense. And so adapting that to film was very difficult, and they kind of leaned towards one of the books in the series that was much more succinct and focused. And apparently it went so focused that we're getting this 90-minute movie. And that's kind of been one of the talking points that I've seen around the internet more than almost anything, which is a bit sad because I think that it just looks like a really solid movie. And everybody keeps talking almost to the point of complaining about the fact that it's only an hour and a half. So as somebody that watches a whole bunch of movies, and movies have kind of gotten, in my opinion on this before I hand off to you, is that movies are often too long. Not because 2.5 hours or 2 hours is too long to sit down and watch a movie, but because there's at least 15, 20 minutes or so of useless shit in a movie that does not need to be there. What's your take on this? Do movies need to be that long, and do you even have a concern about Dark Tower being 90 minutes long?
You know, usually, sometimes when movies are too long, that's something to be concerned about. Because they're putting in too much shit, and sometimes, like, you know, there's a lot of movies that, I mean, even watching a movie like Wolf on Wall Street, you know, Scorsese is notorious for making long ass movies, and you don't really care that much because he makes great film. But in basically every one of his movies that I've watched, I never leave going, wow, that was too long. But I always leave going, that, you know, some of those scenes were kind of like, didn't need to be there. You know, it's almost like you have certain directors that just want to flex their muscles a little bit and be like, you know, look what I can do, right? Look what I can do. And a lot of the time is the final version that you get of a movie in a theater is a very condensed version of what the director actually filmed. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, that's why you get like these director's cuts, because the studio goes, okay, this is too long, or, oh, this isn't, you know, the direction that we're going here. I don't like that, or I didn't like these scenes. They start cutting shit out, and you get a director's version. And sometimes the director's version is 10 times better than the regular version because all of those pieces are there and the story makes more sense when everything is built up. Sometimes, though, it's the opposite. Sometimes movies are too long and you get bored, or there's like a 30-minute period or a 20-minute period. And you think about it, if a movie's an hour and 90, say 2 hours long, and there's 20 minutes of filler, like there's just 20 minutes of downtime, that's a big chunk of the movie, like of just sitting there. You know, really, it's not progressing the story any. It's not, you're not engaged. You're looking at your cell phone. You know, when you start doing things like that, it takes you out of the movie, and it doesn't matter how good the movie gets at that point. There's something negative to say about it. I think what a lot of people are complaining about here, about being 90 minutes, is a lot of them are probably fanboys, and they love the original concept so much. They understand how long of a process it was probably to read all the books and how much content there is. And as a fan, you know, it's okay. I'll ask you this, Adam. Say episode 9 comes out, right? And they say it's 90 minutes.
Okay.
Is that going to scare you? Or is it going to be more of like you're disappointed because you only get 90 minutes of Star Wars?
I think it depends on what happens in the 90 minutes. If you do a 90-minute
movie,
but you're
like, you don't know right now.
Yeah,
we
don't know. Oh, okay.
I
see what you mean.
You know, say it's a 90-minute movie, right? Say,
I see what you mean.
You know, LucasArts, Disney comes out and says, "Yeah, guys, episode 9's 90 minutes." Is that going to scare you?
I'm not sure when it comes to Star Wars. I mean, like, Star Wars by itself is already absolutely chock full of fucking filler anyway. So I don't know if I'd be me with Star Wars. I might actually be like pleased with the fact that it's only an hour and a half long.
All right, maybe I'm asking the wrong person. But
I mean, if they're gonna cut out a bunch of lightsaber fights, no, obviously that's the fucking the thing.
Okay,
but there's all sorts of stupid shit in Star Wars. But yeah,
I mean, if for the people that are listening,
I get what you're saying, though.
I think if they came out and they said it's 90 minutes, you're gonna be maybe not scared, but you're gonna be disappointed. You're gonna be like, "Fuck, man! Like I waited all this time. I'm getting 90 minutes. Like." You know, are they really going to show this scene within that? And especially with novel to movie adaptations, they know what is in there, and they're the biggest critics because when you're reading something on a piece of paper, everybody uses their own imagination. I mean, words are going to paint something for you, and then you kind of interpret it the way that you want. That's why some people get different things out of books than others. So when it comes to the big screen, there's a lot of people that are left disappointed because they go, well, that's not what I imagined, and I love this way that I thought that the writer put on paper for me, and this is not what I wanted. So especially with novel to movie adaptations, I think it's even more concerning. For me, I don't read books. I listen to them, and even still, like when I listen to an audiobook, it can be like a 7 to 10 hour ordeal. I don't know how long it takes somebody that reads a book normally, but I mean, I invest time into it, and so, but I don't really get into those like teeny bopper shit novels or whatever that go to movies. This one isn't the case. I mean, this is a Stephen King, and the majority of his work has gone to film now, or not majority of it, but a lot of it. So for me, as an everyday moviegoer, a guy that didn't know anything about the source material, I don't give a shit. Like, it has Idris Elba, it has Matthew McConaughey in it. It's got a good director. It's Stephen King. He's had some misfires, but judging how this is like this is his baby. Like this line of books is the one that a lot of people really love. Like, it's just, this is it. This is like his Lord of the Rings. So, I can see why people are upset, but for me, I don't care. I mean, I'm not concerned. I'm kind of happy. I'll be honest. I love going to the movies and being out and enjoying it. So an hour and 40 minutes would have been nice. Hour and 45 minutes just to know I'd be in the movies a little bit longer. But if it's an hour and 30 of focused content, it has purpose from start to middle to end, and it's just a good ride all the way through. How can I complain? I mean, I can't complain about that. And we're going to get another one if it does well. Obviously, it's a series of books, so I can't complain. I think an hour and 30 minutes, it's a bit aggressive. It's a little short for a big budget feature film like this with two massive movie stars and a huge name behind it. But that kind of tells me something about it. It kind of tells me that, hey, they know what they have here, and they're going to make it work, hopefully. And some of the reviews have been coming in about the movie, and the vast majority of them are good and they're positive. It's got a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a high IMDb score. And these are coming from critics that have a stick up their ass, so the everyday moviegoer is probably going to really enjoy it, unless you're read the novels and you want to bitch. Yeah,
I think that there are a lot. Obviously, depends on the genre and the source material and a whole bunch of stuff. Depending, makes up whether or not I want a movie to be longer or shorter, or not even if I want it to be, but I think if it makes sense for it to be, perhaps longer or shorter. And I think in this case, based on what I've read about the parts of the novel line that they've built out this script on, that it makes sense that it's a bit shorter. And I would love to see movies like this err to the shorter side. Like you said, 90 minutes would be a bit short. Maybe an hour and 40. It sounds silly to say an extra 10 minutes, but
that's a lot of time in a movie.
10 minutes of screen. 10 minutes of screen time is a lot of time, right? So, I think I would enjoy more of that for sure, because I think for me, oftentimes in movies, I just find, like you said, where there are just parts, and there's a lot of dead air, and you're just sitting there, and you're on your phone, or you've just zoned out, and you just stop. You stop caring, and then you ask yourself at the end of the movie. Sometimes you're like, why did that part even? Why was that even there? It kind of ruins the flow of the movie. So if we get into this, kind of more of a habit, because Dunkirk wasn't really long either, right? Dunkirk was what, an hour 40.
Yeah,
something
and
like
you know
that,
what?
right?
Speaking of Dunkirk, we'll switch it over now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Dark Tower. I'll go. I'll go see. I'm definitely gonna go see it opening
Yeah,
day,
for sure.
So that'll be good. But I saw Dunkirk. I have a small confession to make, and I hate saying this. I fell asleep. I fell asleep during Dunkirk, and
oh no!
But I woke up like I think I might have been out for maybe 2 minutes, maybe like it was still sort of the same area of the scene. But I fell asleep, and it's pretty rare for me to fall asleep in a movie. The thing is with Dunkirk, it is a great piece of art. Like,
yeah,
it's Christopher Nolan, so you just know, and you know, Hans Zimmer, you've got it all. I mean, you're gonna get the sound. I mean, the fucking sound effects in this movie, Adam, is you want to test out your surround when the shit comes. This is the one, you know. The sounds were absolutely insane. I mean, it felt like you were like when a bomb or a grenade went off. There's been there was times where I fucking, and it wasn't because I was asleep. It was like holy fuck. Like when a character gets surprised by something, it fucking wakes you up. You're like, oh my god, and it's like there's this rumble. But the thing is with Dunkirk, it isn't a standard movie. It's a historical piece, and so when the movie starts, and I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but the moment the movie starts, the very opening scene, you're in a battle, and it ends at the end of a battle. So there's no character development. There's no like crying wife at home that's pregnant waiting for her husband to get back. There's no like fucking, you know, guy's gonna fight to see his child, or there's some brotherly love out on the battlefield, and there's like, you know, a pack of soldiers that are, you know, banded together, and when one dies, it's the end of the world, and one guy goes rogue after his best buddy dies. And there's none of that, dude. It's fucking war. And I mean, you know, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and a lot of, you know, some people were sort of upset that, you know, there would be times where a guy on his own side will like put another dude in harm's way to save his own ass. Like just legitimate fear, like things that would have really happened in war. Like, you know, if there's some stranger you're fighting beside and there's a grenade that like goes off, is everybody a hero and gonna jump on the grenade, or are you gonna push the guy in front of the grenade and run? You know, that's one thing that I commend for this movie is it's brutal. It's very real. And when you're watching it, you almost, you know, like I got emotional at one point not because it was sad in terms of like, you know, all those things I just said about there's this buildup and you just love this character and you're rooting for him. You're not really rooting for anybody in this movie. You're following around a character, like somebody. It goes to a few different things, but for the most part, it was more of the weight of it when you realize what actually went down and how helpless these people were, and the efforts that went in from the civilians to go and save these people, and how close they were at home. And of course, you've got your Hans Zimmer score in the background, and you know, it's a very powerful movie. What I appreciated and why I don't fault it so much, and probably a reason why I didn't enjoy it as much as, say, Interstellar or Inception or other Christopher Nolan, you know, the Dark Knight and other things, is because he didn't Hollywoodize it. There was no fluff. There was no like, you know, limbs blowing off and fucking people screaming with guts hanging out and these big set pieces where, you know, Michael Bay is fucking blowing shit up like crazy and there's slow motion. There's none of it. It is a grounded, very raw. It's almost as if Christopher Nolan took cameras to Dunkirk and filmed the war, and it was just a battle. And you have to commend that, and that's why I have to put my own personal bias aside when it comes to wanting to just be strictly entertained at the movies. It's almost like watching a documentary on like Anne Frank and then being bored. You know, it's like, dude, what, you know, do something here. Like fucking blow something up or do something.
Come on, Anne. Fuck.
Yeah, come on, Anne. Don't you have like a superpower or something? Like, fuck.
Shoot somebody, Anne. Fuck me.
So, and although shit did get blown up and there was, you know, crazy good set pieces and things like that, it used it more of the rawness and the reality of it, the weight of what's actually happening, with some good acting, of course, to really sell those moments. That's what was used. It wasn't special effects. It wasn't all this other fucking shit that you normally get. And so for that, you know, I would highly recommend people to go see the movie. If you are that type of person that gets bored in a movie theater, and if there's not enough, I don't want to say if there's not enough action, because it literally is a war scene the whole way, but it's a different type of action. It's not a John Wick, let's put it that way. So it was good. I did fall asleep very briefly. And it was because I was very tired. I went and saw it at 10:30 show, and I think I dozed off at like, you know, maybe it was like maybe 11:30. But it was very brief. And then when I woke up, I was like, you know, I was like, shit, I can't believe I just fucking fell asleep. And I got back at it. But I enjoyed it. I left the movie theater pleased and satisfied. I didn't leave overly excited where I want to fucking go on Twitter and tell everybody like run out and see Dunkirk. But it's one of those things that you got a good surround sound or you're in IMAX, you're going to have it's going to be an intense time. So, you know, I give it like a 1.5 thumbs up.
Yeah, it's there have been a handful of movies that have done that, where they've leaned or they've aired more to the side of documentary than actual raw entertainment value. And really, I mean, how many people right now that could do a high profile movie of this sort other than Christopher Nolan? I don't think there's many, you know, that would give somebody the money to produce something like this knowingly. Unless you get a Christopher Nolan and Nolan says, yeah, by the way, we're going to hook in Hans Zimmer and all this other shit. And then everybody goes, all right, fuck it. Here, just take the money. Go do whatever the hell you do. Cause it'll probably make us money in return. And I'm happy that exists. And I'm happy that he was willing and wanting to do something like that, you know, using his position to do that, because, you know, not everybody will sit down and watch documentaries, like actual documentaries on war, or other atrocities, and will just loosely talk about it or have passing knowledge of it, and not really understand or have an idea of the gravity of those circumstances. And it's for those very reasons that we are awfully good at repeating ourselves in history over and over and over again, no matter how many times we mercilessly fuck each other up en masse. For various reasons, we seem to do it over and over again regardless, and it's largely in part to the fact that after a certain period of time, people just fucking forget what that time was, either because they were born outside of it, or enough time has passed that, like, we're getting to the point now where inside of the next 10 years at best, there's not going to be any veterans left from World War II. They're going to flat out be all dead. Yeah. So, I mean, having movies like this that are, despite the fact that they're more documentary in style, I feel like has an enormous amount of cultural value, because it will get more people to watch that versus saying, hey, you should go check out, you know, X channel on television and watch 1,000 documentaries on World War II.
Well, the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to appreciate the film even more so. I didn't know the story of Dunkirk. I just didn't. I didn't learn it in school. I didn't know about it. When the movie came out and I heard Dunkirk, like, I've heard it in passing, but I didn't know what was going on, like how it all happened. So not only was it educational, but it was like kind of like what you said. It was like watching a documentary, but in movie form. Like, it was a little Hollywood, but not it. But it wasn't. It was almost as if Christopher Nolan said, "You know what? I've made a fuck ton of money. I'm going to go and do a passion project, and I don't care if people. I don't care if people watch it or they don't. Yeah, I'm gonna do this justice. I'm gonna tell the story about the way it was, dude. I watched videos, or you can watch them on YouTube, of the veterans that were actually on Dunkirk, watch this movie, and it is heartbreaking.
Can you imagine how fucking hard it would be for somebody to watch that when they were part of the actual bat? Can you imagine how fucking difficult that would be?
They said it was so realistic that some of them had to leave. It was bringing back, like, legit, was taking them right back in the battlefield. So it was so great. It was almost like, you know, we've got slavery movies. You know, some of my favorite types of you know, documentary like movies. Obviously I'm African American, so there's history there, and my you know, my family and you know, my great grandparents and things like that. You know, there was some shit that went down, and my grandmother used to talk about it all the time when she was living. So I like watching those type of movies just to kind of know where my ancestors came from, and kind of know the history there, so that I can pass that down, you know, to my kids and stuff. So this movie was very similar to, say, 12 Years a Slave, which was a very realistic, like turn your stomach type crazy shit that didn't have an agenda to make a bunch of money, that didn't have, I do believe Brad Pitt also produced that movie, but he, you know, it just knew what it was. So something else that would say for example, like a movie about the concentration camps. There has been movies that have been super Hollywood, where it's almost like not a joke, but it doesn't take itself overly serious, kind of like, say, Django Unchained. So you watch Django Unchained, and you're getting a slavery movie that has very dark tones, but is very comedic and over the top. Doesn't take itself too serious. Dunkirk is the 12 Years of Slave of a war movie, and that's what I love so much about it. It's something that you could watch over and over and over again. But yeah, and African American is not just an American thing.
I know.
It's a North American thing. It doesn't mean, just because you call yourself African American doesn't mean you're from the States.
Jeff, you're African
you don't
Nova Scotian.
Yeah, you're African Canadian.
You're African Spryfield.
But there's a lot of people that say that shit. Like, dude, you're not African American. I'm like, okay.
I don't want to shock you, but America does not actually mean USA, as much as a lot of people would like to believe. North America is a thing. Yeah, did you, completely unrelated, but did you end up watching Lord of War last week?
No.
Neither did I. I mean, I have it, but I haven't watched it yet. So I was just wondering if you had or not.
No, that's the whatchamacallit with what's his face, the one that Gabs
Nicolas
hates.
Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah. I have it on my phone. Like I have a note on there, and every time I pull up my notes, it's like Lord of War, and I was like, what the fuck is Lord of War? And now I'm just remembering this.
Dude, did you see Nicolas Cage? Did you see where Nicolas Cage has been this week?
No.
I don't think you're ready for this shit, dude. Go to Google, all right, and type in Nicolas Cage, Kazakhstan. The motherfucker's been in Kazakhstan this week, and it produced one of the greatest pictures I've ever seen in my entire life. He's been there. He said some shit that has now pissed off a whole bunch of humanitarian people, because they were like, he's supporting the regime in Kazakhstan and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, Nicolas Cage showed up. Somebody put him in this crazy fucking outfit. He said some shit. And now he's catching heat from people.
Oh my.
Yes.
What is he wearing, dude?
It's some traditional clothing shit. It's fucking incredible. If you find it, please post it in chat for other people to see that shit. Because it is
oh my god, dude, they're memeing the shit out of him, dude. There's him. There's him on the Game of Thrones chair in that fucking outfit.
Yes.
Oh,
so
dude,
good.
there's so many memes right now. Oh my god.
Dude, he looks so upset in that picture. He's like, in his mind, he's thinking, how the fuck did I end up where I'm standing right now? Like, what whirlwind bullshit lands bearded Nicolas Cage in the middle of Kazakhstan wearing, like, a fucking huge fur, like, whatever that is, trench coat. And it's like, what, it's probably 30 degrees in Kazakhstan right now. He's got, like, sneakers on and, like, a fucking blazer underneath of it.
Dude, that's one of the most. It's almost like he's trolling on purpose, dude. Dude, look at the face of worry on him. Like he is literally contemplating living. Like in
I'd be scared too if I was in that situation. It's so good. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's just like another one of those Nicolas Cage moments where only Nicolas Cage could come up with that fucking situation. He's the only one who could pull it off.
Wow.
But yeah, I definitely need to also still watch Lord of War. I picked that up, but I haven't watched it yet. That was just a completely peripheral thing that cropped up. Hey, you know what else? James Bond is going to have its 25th movie soon, sir. We're coming up on James Bond 25. And though Daniel Craig basically told James Bond to fuck off somewhere, he's going to be Bond in James Bond 25.
Oh, of course. I wanted to say he signed like another 2-movie deal.
I didn't see anything about a second one, but he's definitely locked in for the number 25.
It's guaranteed. I want to say what I've because I was listening to somebody talk about this. I mean, unless they're full of shit, but usually they know what they're talking about. He signed. Okay, we know for sure he's going to do Bond 25, but I'm pretty sure he signed a 2-movie deal, and I think they're going to film them back to back.
Oh wow!
They paid him an insane amount of money, like just
they would have had to. It was like he didn't want to do it.
No, he literally said he would have rather have like died or some shit or like cut his wrist or something. I don't know what he said, but like when he was done filming the last Bond, he was like, "I'm fucking never again. Like I'm done." But you know what? He got to go and make that movie that just came out. That he's in. Lucky something.
No idea what that is.
Yeah. Anyway, he just came out with another movie, so he got to go work on some other projects, and he probably just needed a break from Bond, man. Like you do something for so long.
Yeah.
And he went through it all with Bond. Like he went through the writer strike and went through all that like Quantum of Solace crap, and then it was apparently the last Skyfall was like a pain in the ass to shoot. Like they were in some really shitty locations, and he was just having a hard time. But apparently, like he was a dick, like he's like an asshole. But when he's on set, like he just gets the job done. Like he's just the type of guy that's like, fuck all this shit. I hate my life, but I'm gonna tear it up. And he does. I actually think, and I'm not just saying this, I think Daniel Craig is the best Bond to ever do it. Mainly because I don't know if it's the times have changed where I don't relate myself as much to the other Bonds, but for what Bond is, he isn't overly comedic, but he does crack some jokes. He gets the women. He's a badass. He's good looking. He kills the character, man. He is Bond. It's gonna be. Yeah. It's almost like Hugh Jackman to Wolverine status. It's almost getting there. It's not as crazy because we got fucking Wolverine every 6 months, but it is really. It's almost at that level. I think if he crushes Bond 25, it will be so hard for anyone else to play James Bond and have people be like, okay, that's cool. I really believe that if they do another Bond, they're gonna have to go like the Idris Elba route. They're gonna have to get like a black Bond and just do it completely different. They're gonna have to
mix it up real hard.
Real hard, because Daniel Craig crushes it. I don't care what anybody says. Like everybody can have their own favorites for sure. It's subjective. But if anybody tells me or tries to tell me that he has not done a good job as Bond, that is just ludicrous.
I mean, I think Daniel Craig is another Harrison Ford, whereby his personality is kind of abrasive and zero fucks given, and so he's a bit of a wild guy, and he doesn't he's not the kind of guy that's gonna kiss a whole lot of ass doing the movie business, and so unless the money's good, and fortunately for him, just like with Harrison, you know, he's almost indispensable. So, you know, people aren't gonna, you know, he can be an asshole and it doesn't much matter, or people can call him an asshole. I feel like anyone who's just not kissing everyone's ass in the movie business is automatically an asshole. Like, I feel like that's just kind of how people are painted. If you don't go along with the usual shtick, then you just get painted as somebody that's difficult to work with and an asshole. I highly doubt Daniel Craig is
like
that
Christian
difficult
Bale,
to work with.
It's the same dude.
Yeah,
He's
exactly. It's very
like,
similar. He is a little bit screws loose, but
did you listen to it? Did you listen to the audio leaks and shit from when he was filming like Batman and all this, or Terminator and shit, dude? He went
flying off the handle.
Apparently, that guy is like the worst. Like he is he's like the guy that you just don't even want to look at the wrong way on set, and he'll tear you a new asshole. But he's talented as shit, and he doesn't care. He's like, dude,
yes, he can.
He's like, you pay me or you don't. Like, you know, you want me here or not, bitch? And you're just like, yes, Christian Bale, yes, Daniel Craig, yes,
please,
yeah, we'll give you $30 million for this movie, yes, Daniel Craig, yes.
Just make it happen. But yeah, I think I agree. I think that he's the best Bond, personally. I think that, but at the same time, it's very difficult because up until Craig, Bond was the same archetype, no matter who was playing him. It was the exact same shtick. And then Craig represented the totally new wave, you know, Bond. So it's really difficult for somebody to sit down and compare like Sean Connery versus Daniel Craig, because they're wildly different Bonds, right? So I think though, in terms of my enjoyment, it's probably Craig, Connery, and then Brosnan would be like my three Bonds, and honestly, Brosnan and
I feel like I
Sean
could switch
Connery
those depending on the movie.
Interchangeable. Depending on the movie, like I could change those two, but Daniel Craig just seems to embody Bond. At least Daniel Craig embodies the version of Bond that he was casted for perfectly. Like fucking just rock that shit. So I'm happy he's back for Bond 25. I'll take as many not Pierce Brosnan. Well, I would take more Pierce Brosnan.
I would
Bond.
take more.
I'll take as much. I'll take as much Daniel Craig Bond as they're willing to throw out there. And I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to ask you though, because again, I'm not a huge movie guy, but out of these possible directors, do you recognize names, and which one would you perhaps be most excited to see take on the project? If you even recognize these names, I have it in the list on the I have it on the list on the notes there. There's 3 names right underneath.
Okay, there it is. David Mackenzie. I think David Mackenzie. Did he do Bond before? I'm just trying to see here. None of these directors are like, you know, jumping out at me as something that I've. No, he didn't. Okay, so David Mackenzie is not somebody I know. No, I don't. None of these guys are like, you know, shooting at me. So we'll see. I'd have to look up their stuff. I'm like, I know directors, but I'm not like, I don't know them like I know my actors and stuff. I do know, like, I'm like a niche guy, so I know, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know any of these guys. Like, usually I know the guys that are up and coming or making like a big buzz, like that I would be like super excited to see. But no, I don't know.
Is there? Well, then I'll ask you this: the 25th Bond is pretty freaking important. I mean, that's probably, they're gonna probably spend a lot of money on advertising and pushing the fact that this is the 25th, you know, Bond movie and all sorts of nonsense. And we're probably going to get a bunch of like repackaged stuff with old Bond movies, and they're probably going to put them back in theaters and shit. I bet you we'll see some of that happening. But if you could for the 25th Bond, if you were in charge of picking a director, who would you plant in, or did you just find out one of the 3 is good?
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So
you just discovered
this Dennis guy.
Yeah.
This guy did Arrival, that I loved. He also did Sicario. I think that's how you pronounce it. He also did Prisoners, which was amazing. And he also just did Blade Runner 2049, which looks amazing. Did you see
Ryan
the preview
Gosling,
for that?
what up? Oh,
Did you see the preview?
Ryan Gosling,
him and Harrison Ford? That shit looks fire.
Yeah.
So this is our guy, man. This is our guy. This is our guy. This guy's made some good movies, some dark movies too, like some fucking serious dark.
Good.
And he did Enemy as well. Dude, this guy has done his last like 5 movies, all fire. All fire, last 5 movies. So hopefully this guy is the dude. And I loved Arrival. It was my favorite movie last year. Okay, ask your question again. Sorry, I was gonna say,
so of those 3 then, obviously he's the one that you'd like to see out of those 3. But other than him, if you could pick a director that that you follow for Bond 25, is there one that stands out that you would like to see take the reins?
Honestly, man, I have so much faith in James Wan that I have to go with James Wan. I have to go with James. Okay. I have to go with him because whatever this guy touches, it fucking succeeds, and it's all fire. So I'm gonna go with James Wan. He did, the guy that did all the Saw movies, and he did, did Fast and the Furious, and did not all the Saw movies, but the good ones. Conjuring. He's filming Aquaman right now, so he's directing Aquaman. I would go with James Wan. I think he could do it. It'd be a little worrisome a little bit because he hasn't gone like that serious dark. Like but the guy just kills everything.
I'm trying to think of like other than Nolan, of course. I'm trying to think of directors that do good character pieces, because the kind of, for me, the hallmark of this generation of Bond has been how much character driven stuff around Bond, how well they've handled that. So if we could continue that train, that would be really friggin' sick. So,
well, somebody in chat said Guy Ritchie. I love Guy Ritchie, but Guy Ritchie he's very stylistic, and I feel like he's one of those pretentious directors that wants people to know that, hey, I'm putting my signature twist on every movie I touch.
When you say
but
that,
it's abrasive.
Are we talking like Sundance Festival kind of shit, or are we talking
No. He's doing he's gonna be directing the new Aladdin. He does some fire stuff. Like, he doesn't. I won't say he makes bad movies. Like, I saw that King Arthur, the Legend of the Sword or whatever. That wasn't very great. But it was still it's like a shitty script, but still watchable because it's Guy Ritchie. It's just he's very he does a lot of cuts, like a lot of jump cuts, like that shit that nobody likes.
He matches up well with Liam Neeson's.
Yeah, he would. He would, but he's a great director. So yeah, I would say him. Obviously, if I had to choose, I would love Christopher Nolan to do a Bond. I mean, that would be,
how fucking dope would that be?
It would be insane, but it would just I don't think it'd ever happen. It would be
Hans Zimmer does the score.
It would be him taking like what he did for Batman, but doing it for Bond, and it would just if he had Daniel Craig and Hans Zimmer and a really good villain. Oh my God, could you imagine? Like the Skyfall, where he had Christoph Waltz. If Christopher Nolan was directing that movie, like, the villain would have been used so much better. It would have just been he'd be the dream. But for somebody like has a good track record, I'd love to see James Wan's spin on it.
Yeah, that'd be good shit. Bond is one of those things that I love going to see no matter what. I'm going to go to the theater. I'm going to watch it. It's Bond. And it's one of those things that's probably never going to get old for me. I'm going to be a 70-year-old man, and we're going to be on like Bond 90, and I'm still going to be watching James Bond movies, and I'm not going to care, and it's going to be amazing. So yeah, I do hope that they do get a good director that matches up well. It would be a shame if Bond 25 turned out to be a shit Bond. So I hope for the best. I hope though whoever directs it also works well with Craig, because I feel like if Craig likes a director, it's going to make the movie just that much better. than it already is. Because, like you said, I mean, Craig just goes in and gets the damn job done.
I think Craig's going to show up and do whatever the I think he's a professional in terms of his art. But yeah, I mean, if they have a good relationship, then that's I
have to imagine, no matter how professional you are, if you have a better relationship with the director, that it's going to just somehow make the movie that much better. But I've got faith. I believe in Daniel Craig. He's so ugly, he's handsome. It's basically Daniel Craig in a nutshell.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking like a wet hamster or something. But he's like a weird looking dude. But you put him in that fucking suit. A nice suit. Yeah, man. He's GQ'd. All
Game
up.
over.
Yeah.
Fucking killer, man. I'm telling you. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for Side A this week, and I remembered to say it too, so that's pretty awesome. We've got Side B coming up. For those of you here on Twitch, we're going to be taking those tech support questions. For those of you listening on iTunes, YouTube, and everywhere else, you can check out Side B as soon as it is released. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate all those continued reviews on iTunes, and if we can creep up to 100, which we are slowly getting there, that would be fantastic. I will also say, despite the fact that we've kept saying this over and over again, week on week, we are going to be, sending out your physical rewards here in a very short period of time. We discovered in the midst of setting up a kind of logistics system for sending this stuff out to you guys that that me having all of the posters wasn't the economical thing to do. It was going to cost us an absolute fortune. So we've had to wait a little bit of time for me to be able to send Panic some posters. He should have them. If he doesn't already have them, he'll have them very early next week, and then we will begin the process of getting stuff to you guys. And it shouldn't really, unless you live in like the middle of nowhere, it really won't take that long. Once they're sent out, they'll be to you pretty quick. Days. So you'll be able to get your hands on that stuff very soon. Thank you once again for listening, guys. We're going to take a short break for those of you here watching live, and for everybody else, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you on Side B. Peace! Hey guys, if you're enjoying Technical Alpha and are interested in supporting us, do I have a solution for you? We've set up this Patreon page to help us help you, help us and you. We've got a list of options that would make a used car salesman cry that provide you with a range of goodies for your support. Head on over to patreon.com/technicalalpha to see what's up for grabs. Like fancy badges and stuff? Subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to, well, badges and stuff. Not big on subscriptions? We have a button below that allows you to directly throw money at our faces. Careful you don't take those eyes out though. We are so very fond of our eyes. Honestly though, while we like to joke about the sellout, just being a regular listener is a huge help, and we're incredibly thankful for all of your support. Technical Alpha will continue soon, so sit tight.